All right, we got another interesting XRP news right here where it says XRP Rich List updated. Here's how much you need to join top 1% holders. All right, how much XRP do you actually need to be considered a whale? Is it a million, 10 million? Or is the number much smaller than you have been led to believe? In the world of crypto, price charts tell you what is happening, but the rich list tells you who is making it happen. In this month of February 2026, we have the most up-to-date data on XRP wealth distribution, and the results are shocking. According to the new data shared by crypto commentator Steph Is Crypto right here, the buyer to entry for top tiers of the XRP ledger is shifting. In this video, we are breaking down the exact numbers we need to hit the top 10%, the top 1%, and the elusive 0.01%. So we are going to discuss why this distribution is the secret weapon for XRP's long-term stability and the one red flag every investor needs to watch. So, let's go straight to the magic number. Most people assume you need a massive fortune to be on the top 1% of a global financial asset. But with XRP, that's not the case. Based on the latest update, the threshold for the top 1% of all XRP accounts starts at just 46,521 XRP. Think about that for a second. In a world of 8 billion people and a ledger with millions of active wallets, holding roughly 46,000 tokens puts you in the highest tier of influence. This demonstrates that meaningful influence is still within reach for determined investors who have been accumulating through the bear markets of the last few years. But what about the true elites? The top 0.01%, the leviathans of the ledger? To join the club, you are looking at a balance of over 3.8 million XRP. That is where the significant wealth concentration lives. And those are the wallets that can move the needle on liquidity in a single trade. Now, let's look at the middle class of the XRP ledger. This is where the real backbone of the network resides. To be in the top 2%, we need over 165,000 XRP. To be in the top 5%, we need a balance exceeding 83,400 XRP. And for many people watching this, the top 10% is the most interesting goal. To rank in the top decile of all holders globally, you only need more than 2,200 XRP. So, why is this middle tier so important? Because while the top 0.01% control the liquidity, the top 10% provide the stability. These are the holders who aren't looking for a day trade. They are the ones who sustain transactional activity and provide market depth. When we talk about XRP becoming a global bridge currency, it's this broad base of mid-tier holders that proves the network is decentralized enough to be trusted by institutions. Now, let's talk about the market impact. Why should you care where you see it on this list? The answer is it's all about liquidity. Liquidity. When ownership is concentrated at the very top, like we see with the 0.01%, it creates potential liquidity bottlenecks. If a few of those wallets decide to move at once, they can trigger the liquidation cascades we have discussed in the previous videos. However, the fact that the top 1% starts at such a low number as 46,000 is actually a very healthy sign for the XRP ledger. It suggests that wealth is spreading out over time. In the early days of Bitcoin, the concentration was much tighter. As XRP matures in 2026, this year, we are seeing institutional accumulation and strategic positioning from high balance accounts. But we are also seeing a massive surge in retail participation. There is a psychological element to these numbers. Many investors feel behind if they don't own 100,000 tokens. But the data shows that if you own even 3,000 XRP, you are already wealthier than 90% of the participants on the network. This distribution is a living view of network health. It shows an evolving ecosystem of accumulation and adoption. Steph's data gives us a lens into how influence is spreading. This year, 2026, we aren't looking at moon boys anymore. We are looking at professional investors who understand that XRP's value isn't just in its price, but in its operational activity. Every time a small account sends a payment or a mid-tier account stakes their tokens, they are adding to the network effect that makes XRP valuable to the big banks. So, where do you stand? Whether you are aiming for the top 10% or grinding your way into the top 1%, the path to influence on the XRP ledger is clearer than ever. The XRP Rich List here is more than just a leaderboard. It's a roadmap for market structure. By monitoring these movements, we can gauge market sentiment before the price even moves. Institutional accumulation usually starts at the top and trickles down, and right now, the top is looking very heavy. So, what's your goal for 2026? Are you pushing for that 46,000 mark, or are you happy providing stability in the top 10%? Drop a comment below. I want to see where the community is sitting today. If you found this data breakdown helpful, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the numbers that actually matters. I'm your crypto buddy, and I'll see you in the next one.